Hello, welcome to Budastro. In the previous classes, I have already discussed several examples related to Bhrigu Chakra Paddhati and how we can time the event related to different areas of our life like marriage, childbirth, education, competition exams, etc. Today's topic is very much important. This is called Bhrigu Yoga and activation. How you can use Bhrigu Chakra Paddhati to see the hidden Bhrigu Yogas which are already embedded in our horoscope. But Bhrigu Chakra Paddhati will tell when these yogas can get activated, and based on that, you can predict brilliantly. So please do not skip any part of it. And if you are new on my channel, please subscribe it, and you can watch the series. It is already available and free. So let's discuss. See, what are the Bhrigu Yogas? We have normally taught, we have normally read in several classics that there are many yogas like money yogas, poverty yogas. There are Panch Mahapurush yogas. These yogas are known as classical yogas. What I am talking about is I am talking about Bhrigu yogas, or you can call it simple yogas, which are already there in our chart, and they are created by the placement, aspect, and conjunctions of the planets. And I am very much interested only finding Bhrigu yogas because they provide you very subtle clues, and when you predict based on these yogas, trust me, someone will find you very much accurate and very more uh, astrological way. So these Bhrigu yogas are already hidden in the chart. What you have to do is you have to focus what they are indicating and how and what kind of event can take place based on these Bhrigu yogas. And based on the Bhrigu Chakra Paddhati, these yogas are activated by the Bhrigu cycle or when Dasha Antardasha of the yoga forming planet is there. You will always find that Bhrigu cycle will also indicate at the same time Dasha Antardasha also indicate the same activation. Now, for an example, fifth lord sitting in the sixth house. Now, what we will say that childbirth may have problem or love affairs may have breaks like these. These are very surface predictions. Subtle predictions should be there based on this placement combination. How prediction can be made, I will tell you. Now, first understand what is the underlying layer in it. Fifth lord sitting in the sixth house, it means when sixth house will get activated or fifth house will get activated, this yoga will get activated in the horoscope. And this yoga indicates that when something related to fifth house will happen or sixth house will happen, activities related to the fifth house or sixth house can be there. Suppose fifth house is getting activated, then activities related to the sixth house will be there. Suppose sixth house will get activated, then activity related to the fifth house get be there. Why? Because fifth lord placed in the sixth house. So now fifth house and sixth house both got connected very minutely, right? Let's see next. These are the some examples. So you can say sample examples from the horoscopes. One of the native horoscope has the fifth lord sitting in the fourth house. What happened is when childbirth happened in the native's horoscope, native had to leave his hometown and settle to a different city. Now you can see fifth lord, so it is the childbirth. Fourth house is house of residence. Now childbirth is connected to the residence. This is only one prediction. You can make several other predictions also based on the same combination. So what he had to do, as soon as childbirth happened, native had to leave his hometown. It means residence got changed. Second example, native has fourth lord sitting in the eighth house. Now when this female native bought her first car, income of her husband stopped suddenly because of the loss of job. Now you see, eighth house is the second house from a spouse. Spouse is seventh house. Eighth house will be second from it. So money of the spouse. Fourth lord is sitting there. So as soon as car was purchased, there was loss of the job to the husband. So money loss was there, or we can say income was stopped. This is the inherent combination given in the chart. Now, it doesn't mean that every time fourth lord sitting in the eighth house, it will give the effect. No. It depends on several other factors also. So you have to find the clues. Third example, Capricorn Lagna, seventh lord moon sitting in the sixth house, Gemini sign. Right? This person lost his job before his marriage happened because seventh lord was sitting in the sixth house. Now, apart from this, what can happen? Gemini sign is there. So Gemini sign is natural third house sign of traveling. Moon is also karak of traveling, sitting in the sixth house. So when this person will get married, there must be traveling also. You can say that. Scorpio Lagna, Ketu was sitting in the fifth house. Whenever this female native tried for a child, she lost her job and turned toward astrology. So spiritual practices become active. Why? Ketu is karak of spirituality. Fifth house is spiritual practices. Scorpio Lagna is there, right? So Pisces sign will be in the fifth house. So whenever she tried for a child, she lost her job. Why lost her job? Because fifth house is eighth from the 10th house, or you can say 12th from the sixth house. So fifth house shows change in the job or lost job. This is the native Virgo Lagna native. Mercury was sitting in the 12th house, Leo sign. Childbirth happened in the family. Actually, childbirth happened to the elder sibling. And when childbirth would happen, after 4 or 5 days, native also got a government job at the same time. Now you see, childbirth happened in the family, and at the same time, fortune is getting activated related to the government job. Actually, this combination is there. I will show you chart, but this is how Bhrigu Yogas are activated and they give the result in a particular horoscope. Now see very carefully and understand what I want to convey. Do not think that only merely placement of these happens in every chart. You have to use the common sense. Example first, yoga, seventh lord sun sitting in the ninth house with the fifth lord aspected by the Jupiter. We are considering this yoga. Ninth house, Libra sign is there. Mercury, sun and moon are sitting. Sun is the seventh lord and seventh sign is also there, so something related to marriage must have happened, or childbirth, because seventh house is also childbirth or pregnancy. Mercury is also sitting there. Fifth house is also getting involved, and moon is also there. Moon is also karaka of pregnancy along with the Venus. This combination is aspected by the Jupiter. Karaka is also involved. Now see what happened. Prediction was given at as soon as when native gets married, childbirth will be there. It means pregnancy will take place. Now you can see, and this happened when native got married. As soon as got married, after 2 months, pregnancy was there. Now, this ninth lord, which is the Venus, sitting in the 10th house. So, when this house will get activated, Lord will also give result because it is sitting in the 10th house, right? Now, see, ninth lord sitting in the 10th house, same combination, ninth lord sitting in the 10th house. So, what we can say that when childbirth will happen or when native will get married, there will be some event related to the profession also. And this also happened because ninth lord sitting in the 10th house. Here, if you can see, moon is the sixth lord also. Here you can see sixth house was getting involved. So here also you can already predict it that yes, this combination also indicates something related to the job must have happened. Since it is happening in the ninth house, so fortune must be there. So either native got a good job or a new job first, right? This is how you can use combinations of the planet as yogas. Example number two, let's consider this yoga. Here the seventh lord is Venus, sitting in the eighth house, sitting with the sun, which is the fifth lord, Ketu, and Jupiter. Jupiter is the ninth lord and 12th lord. Now, based on this combination, these predictions can be made. First, native will travel to the foreign as soon as he gets married. Why? Because Jupiter is involved, Jupiter is the 12th lord. Also, 8th house is overseas travel. Native may get married to a person based on the foreign. Yes, because Venus Jupiter combination is happening. 7th lord is involved, Jupiter is the 12th lord. So maybe a spouse may be from the foreign. Third is native can travel to the pilgrimage also after marriage. Because Jupiter, ninth house and Jupiter both are involved. So pilgrimage can also happen. Right? Native can have the childbirth as soon as he gets married. Because Venus is Karak of pregnancy, Jupiter is also Karak of child. Fifth lord already involved, sun. So you these are the possibilities based on this yoga. Now what happened is this native went to USA for the higher studies and he got married there and settled also. Now you see, you can easily see using this combination. See, Jupiter is the ninth lord and 12th lord. So higher education in the foreign is happening since it is sitting with the seventh house lord. Seventh house is also residence in the foreign, as well as Venus is involved in seventh lord. So he got married also there. See the Mars, which is the Lagna lord, aspecting this the combination from the fifth house of love affair. So maybe when this native went there, he fall in love and married the same native. This is how you can easily predict based on a specific combination in the chart. And when you will predict, client will also remember that you predicted very correctly. Let's see next. See this yoga. Only I am considering this yoga also. Jupiter is retrograde sitting in the sixth house. Right? Now this Jupiter is the fourth lord of residence and seventh lord of marriage. And it is aspecting the 10th house of job. Don't forget it is already sitting in the sixth house. Now what are the possibilities prediction? When native will get married, something related to job must have happened. Either change of the job or new job or loss of the job. Anything can happen. Right? Second thing is when marriage will happen, change of residence is also possible. Now you see third lord of change of residence already sitting in the fourth house. This is how you have to get another clues also, that whether your prediction is getting supported by another clues or not. Now what happened is this native got married in February 2023 and then he had to move to another city for a job. See, change of residence happened for the job. Fourth lord of change of residence sitting in the sixth house of job. It is already seventh lord, so marriage involved, and it is aspecting 10th house. So what happened is this native got the job and changed the job in the May 2023 also. Now because of the retrogression, native left the job also. So this is how only with a simple placement of this planet you can already predict. But you have to focus on this yoga, that how this is going to happen and when is this going to activate it. Let's see next. Let's see this combination. This is most important chart. If you will learn a lot. Mars Jupiter combination happening in the 8th house. Who is the Mars? Lagna Lord and the 6th Lord. Jupiter. Jupiter is the second Lord of family and 5th Lord. Right? 8th Lord sitting in the 11th house in the Rahu Ketu axis. And this house is also aspected by the 4th aspect of Mars. Now this is the combination in this chart. I am focusing on only this combination. Now, what was the prediction I did? There must be fights in the family involving you and the elder siblings over some property issue, right? And some wrong actions should be there. See, Mars is the Lagna Lord and sixth Lord of fight. Mars is also Karaka of fight. Second Lord of family is involved. Gemini sign is involved, so some miscommunication or misunderstanding can be there, right? And this Mars is aspecting this house. Also, eighth Lord also sitting here. Mars is action. It is since it is Lagna Lord, so native may take some wrong action also because it is sitting in the eighth house and enemy sign is already there, right? So what this native did is, this native had a quarrel with the elder sibling and attempted suicide in the September 1995, and it happened in the Mercury Mars Dasa. You can see Mars is sitting in the 8th house. Sign is Gemini, ruled by the Mercury. So Mercury Mars combination is activating this yoga. Now see, September 1995, if you use Bhrigu Chakra Paddhati, October 1997, calculate running year will be 18th. So BCP house will be the 6th house. See, 6th house of fight is getting activated. Aries sign is there, so something related to body must have happened. This is ruled by Mars. Mars is Lagna Lord also here. So again, body is coming into the picture. Now Mars sitting in the 8th house with the Jupiter and aspecting the 8th house, aspecting the 8th Lord, which is sitting in the 11th house. Now, because this Jupiter is involved and it is functionally benefic for this chart, that's why this native did not die, right? So this Jupiter gave the event, at the same time he saved the life of the native. This is how you have to predict based on the simple Bhrigu Yogas. This is the simple Bhrigu Yoga, but you have to focus on several other factors also, right? Let's see next. In this chart, I predicted all the predictions based on the Bhrigu Yogas also. First prediction was, after birth of second child, did you got separate from your spouse? See, seventh house is getting activated. Seventh house has the sign of a Scorpio. Jupiter, which is the eighth lord. So eighth house is again getting involved, and debilitated moon is there. Seventh lord setting in the sixth house with the sixth lord Venus. Sign is also Libra. So something separation must be there. Retrograde Saturn aspecting this combination. That's why I predicted that after birth of second child, why second child? First child will be the fifth house, second child will be the seventh house. So after birth of second child, did you got separated from your spouse? She said yes, we lived separately for 4.5 years because of our jobs. You can see sixth house of job is involved. Second prediction was, is your mother have any chronic issues related to the bone or heart? Why? Moon is the mother, debilitated in the seventh house with the eighth lord. Sign is also Scorpio, and fourth lord already sitting in the eighth house. Chunki fourth lord is sun, and sun is the karak of heart or bone. So I predicted that whether her mother has any chronic issues. So she said yes, mother is suffering from chronic bone illness. Third is, any chance of meeting to your spouse and your relatives marriage. See, seventh lord of a spouse sitting in the sixth house. Sign is Libra. Venus is already there. Sixth house is the house of relatives. Sign is Libra and Venus. So marriage. So relatives marriage. That's why I predicted whether you met to your spouse in your relatives marriage. She said no. But her husband was her brother's best friend from the university time. You can see elder brother is the 11th house, or younger sibling. Sibling is third house and 11th house. Both lord are sitting in the seventh house. So some influence is there in the choosing partner, right? Mars is also Karak of siblings sitting with the Venus, aspected by the Saturn, which is the ninth lord. This is how you can predict. Fourth prediction was there any accident or death in the neighborhood when you had childbirth? Why? Jupiter is Karak of childbirth. Moon is already sitting there. Moon is debilitated. Moon is the third lord of neighborhood, sitting in the seventh house, Scorpio sign, and seventh lord sitting in the sixth house. Mars is also Karaka of accident. So she said, yes, 2 days before the birth of my first child, husband's grandmother from the maternal side died. Now see, this is the seventh house of husband. Maternal uncle will be the sixth from it, so it will be the 12th house, and mother of maternal uncle will be the third house. So I take maternal grandmother third house. People say Lagna also because it is mother's mother. But I have seen that third house works very well. So moon is already sitting there. You can see. So death happened in the neighborhood, right? Or you can say in the family of husbands. Second is a month before the second child delivery, husband's paternal grandmother died. Previously, Nani and this time Dadi. See, both female got died as soon as this house got activated. Hmm. Don't forget that already fifth lord sitting in the fourth house, eighth house, sorry, with the fourth lord. And during third pregnancy, around the sixth month of it, they had a car accident in the neighborhood and got minor injuries also. Third pregnancy will be the ninth house. Ninth lord sitting in the 12th house. It is retrograde aspecting this house. Now, because it is Venus, is it Lagna lord also? So they got less injury or minor injuries. And fourth child was delivered by the C-section. Means pregnancy was there and it was operated. Mars is Karak of operation. Fourth pregnancy will be seen in the 11th house because first house, fifth house will be the first child, seventh house will be the second child, ninth house will be the third child, fourth child will be the 11th house. 11th Lord sitting in the seventh house, and Lord is Mars sitting in the sixth house. Mars is already Karak of operation. This is how the whole life of this native is revolving around this combination. Now you see seventh Lord sitting in the sixth house, eighth lord sitting in the seventh house. So this is the receding position. This is very weird when happens in a chart. Now you see, because this Jupiter is aspecting and moon is there, two benefics are there. Although it is debilitated, but it doesn't mean that story is over, because it is only the positional strength of a planet. There are several other factors also when it comes to get strength of a planet. So this is how you can predict based on the simple combinations. Sometimes you will find that you cannot exactly predict, but at least you can try, that you can see this and this. So is anything happen related to like this and that? Because prediction is also like a consultation, right? So sometimes you have to ask from the client. Now see this example last, I think. This female native got married 30th April 1993, and the husband met with a serious accident and became handicapped in the October 1993. So April 1993 marriage happened, and after 6 month in October 1993, husband met with a serious accident and became handicapped. See, the Rahu Venus Jupiter Dasa was running at the time of marriage, and Rahu Venus Saturn Dasa was running when this accident happened. If you calculate using Bhrigu Chakra Paddhati, running year will be 18th, BCP house will be the 6th house. I am not focusing on 6th house. I am focusing on this combination. This Mars, which is sitting in the 8th house, retrograde, sign is Gemini, so traveling is involved, right? This Mars is the Lagna Lord and the 6th Lord of accident also. And this Mars aspecting this Venus, which is already debilitated in the 11th house. That's why I chose this combination to find out what happened during the time of marriage. Don't forget that Venus is already 7th Lord here, right? See, Mars is Karak of accident. Mars is also aspecting this house. Venus is already debilitated. Virgo sign is already there. And dispositor of Venus is already sitting in the 12th house. So based on this simple Mars combination, which is sitting in the 8th house, you can easily predict what can happen during the marriage time, right? So this female native got married. Now see, Rahu Venus Dasa was there. See, Venus is aspected by the Mars. Where is the Rahu? Rahu is sitting in the Venus is already dispositor of Rahu, or you can say dispositor of Venus is connected with the Rahu. Don't forget this Rahu is also aspecting this Mars. So this is simply placement combination. Now you will read this Lagna Lord sitting in the 8th house. What will happen? You can see 6th Lord sitting in the 8th house. Don't forget that planet is also related to the other house apart from sun and moon, because they only own one house. So these are the hidden Bhrigu Yogas. If you will focus on it, you will predict brilliantly. And how activation can happen? It is based on the Bhrigu Chakra Paddhati. When Bhrigu cycle will fall in this house, either Mars get activated or house of Mars getting activated. So here what happened is sixth house was activated. Sixth house is also a house of accident, death also. Ketu is already there. Sixth house is 12th from the seventh house. So something bad can happen related to the spouse. Right? And sixth lord already sitting in the eighth house. So this is how you can predict. If you want to understand this concept more deeply, then I will upload next video also, or another video also on the same topic. But without practice, it will not come. Don't forget classical yogas. Just focus on what you are getting in a particular horoscope and how you can make prediction based on the simple planets placement, aspect and conjunction. Now, if you give me this chart, I will directly predict related to the Venus. Why? Because this Venus is already affected in this chart. This Venus is debilitated. Saturn's third aspect is already falling here. Mars fourth aspect from the eighth house is falling here, and retrograde Jupiter is also aspecting it, which is the second lord of family and fifth house, fifth lord, right? This is how you can predict. And what happens is when you focus on single combination, you as well as the client will remember both will remember what happened and how you predicted. You will also remember that I only predicted based on this. So let's say in the next video. In the next video, I will tell you how to find month using Bhrigu Chakra Paddhati. I've already uploaded and I have told you that how to find year. Now in the next video, I will tell you how to find month of the event, when event will happen, which month event can take place. So if you are new, please subscribe. Thank you. Let's meet again.